Welcome to this episode of Quarterly News, brought to you by the 128th MPAD of the Utah National Guard. I'm Specialist Chloe Barnes. Our first story is by Sergeant Lindsay Prax as she reports from Uganda for Atlas Drop 2011.
Atlas Drop 2011 came to a close with a final ceremony Wednesday, April 20th in Ololim, Uganda. The exercise was a joint aerial exercise where U.S. service members and Ugandan People's Defense Force trained together in air, rigger, jump master, and drop zone pathfinder operations. The objective of the exercise was to enhance the capability of the UPDF to resupply forces in remote areas.
The concept was based on resupplying isolated forces in small groups of 35 to 50. And equally, we could supply civilians that are caught up in areas that are not accessible in form of giving them humanitarian assistance.
The exercise occurred in 3 phases: classroom instruction, rehearsal, and execution of airborne operations.
We went through all the planning phases, how to coordinate with their ground forces and their air force, how to prep for the mission, actually go out and conduct the drop zones, recover all the equipment, and then close the drop zone at the end of the aerial resupply.
It also increased interoperability and strengthened the relationship between U.S. and Ugandan forces.
I would like to say I wish they come back next time because it has been a very, very good experience. We have had fun. They have been very, very good to us, and we have seen very many things we hadn't seen before. I wish they come back next time for another exercise.
Perfect. Reporting from Soroti, Uganda, I'm Army Sergeant Lindsay Prax.
Thank you very much, Sergeant Prax. Our next story comes from Morocco. I had the opportunity to travel to Morocco and follow humanitarian missions over there. It was such a good experience, and seeing them help the people, I got to make so many friends, and we also had a unit from the Air National Guard here in Utah. It was an awesome opportunity, and here is the story on the Humanitarian and Civic Assistance Project. United States service members from units all over America and members of the Royal Moroccan Armed Forces worked side by side doing humanitarian and civic assistance, or HCA, during African Lion 2011. The military members provided many different free medical services Monday through Friday, May 23rd through 27th, each day in a different Moroccan village. Nearly 4,500 patients visited and received checkups, treatments, and medications.
The greatest thing for me today is being able to see all the people actually getting help. A lot of these people have had their ailments for quite some time, and so they're actually getting the help that they need where they didn't have money to go to a doctor or they didn't have the funds to get the medicines and medications that they need.
I think this is a great opportunity for us to come to Morocco, to work with the Moroccan military medical component, to see this beautiful country and spend some time with the people.
The Humanitarian Services of African Lion gives service members the opportunity to interact and bond with those they come in contact with. Reporting from Agadir, Morocco, I'm Specialist Chloe Barnes.
Freedom Academy, an annual event for high school seniors, celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. The Utah National Guard invites all past Freedom Academy participants and staff to attend the 50th anniversary Open House Social. The event is held on Saturday, July 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Camp Williams. For more information about the 50th anniversary Open House Social, go to www.freedomacademyutah.org.
Welcome back. Our next story also comes from African Lion 2011 in Morocco. Sergeant Mark Henderson reports from Tantan, Morocco, and tells us about the joint training between the United States Marine Corps and the Royal Moroccan Armed Forces.
PC identified.
Marines from Echo Company 4th Tank Battalion participated in African Lion 2011, a bilateral training exercise with Royal Moroccan Armed Forces in southern Morocco. The training included an exchange of tactics and techniques that may help both countries in the future.
Anytime in the future, if we have to work with them in any area of operations, we'll already have some familiarity with each other, so that'll definitely pay dividends.
The Marines enjoyed their time training with the Moroccan troops and took away important lessons.
It's great. Everyone I've met is just is very nice, very kind, and very informative. I've talked to a couple of the officers kind of on tank formations, the way they do their gunnery, and all their types of training. And it's been very insightful it allows us to kind of adjust the way we do things and help us out a little bit also.
Sergeant Harrington also said that the training allows the Marines to have a better understanding of their counterparts and their culture. Reporting from Agadir, Morocco, I'm Army Sergeant Mark Henderson.
You might think no one else understands what it's like to have a parent in the military, but others do.
I forgot what I'm supposed to
The Utah National Guard Youth Program has activities every month across the state to bring military kids together.
They come together and they learn skills. We think that there's power just in bringing them together, even if they're separated by a long distance. One's in the northern part of the state, one's in the southern part of the state. They can still communicate on a daily basis if they wanted to, and they do. We've seen that happen. We know that there are very good relationships. We know that families serve too, and we know that military kids serve too. And we know that they're proud of what their parent does.
Youth can do incredible things. Get involved, make lifetime friends, and share your experiences with others who know. UTNG Kids, add us on Facebook. This next story is by Sergeant Dan Wolf as he tells us about the 151st Air Refueling Wing and their mission during African Lion 2011.
Airmen of the 151st Medical Group of the Utah Air National Guard are helping thousands of men, women, and children in surrounding villages of Agadir, Morocco. The medical group typically trains to support the 151st Air Refueling Wing, but their job has brought them to Morocco to serve a larger role.
Ours is a real-world mission where we're actually treating real patients with real medications and performing our real-world medical duties versus a training exercise.
While traveling overseas to perform medical treatment is rewarding to members of the unit, it doesn't come without its challenges.
We're fortunate that we're combining our doctors, so we also have some Moroccan medics along with our own medics. So that way, they're there also to help at the same time, help us communicate, and so that, the language barrier isn't quite so extreme.
Despite cultural differences during international missions, the 151st Medical Group achieves success by remembering a simple rule.
I think people are people wherever you are. Every place I've ever gone in the world, I think people react to kindness with kindness. And I find that here. I found that just about every place I've ever been.
Reporting from Agadir, Morocco, I'm Army Sergeant Dan Wolf.
Thank you, Sergeant Wolf, and thank you to all the members of the 128th MPAD that participated in the making of this episode of Quarterly News. I'm Specialist Chloe Barnes signing out. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.